Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has gotten off to a rocky start. While the box office results for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 have been good, the critical acclaim that Marvel Studios has become synonymous with has lost some of its luster in the eyes of many fans. The first Disney Plus series of the current phase of the MCU brings back many characters and plot elements from the films leading up to Avengers Endgame, and attempts to set the stage for a new wave of heroes and villains. It all comes under the leadership of Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury in a 6-episode limited series. Having seen the first 2 chapters of Secret Invasion, it's definitely closer in tone to Captain America the Winter Soldier, and works as an espionage thriller more than a large-scale blockbuster action movie. Secret Invasion is a direct continuation of plot elements from Captain Marvel, and reintroduces us to Talos, the Skrull leader played by Ben Mendelsohn. While only the first 2 episodes of Secret Invasion were made available for this review, there is a definite distinction between this series and anything else we have seen in the MCU. I have said that often in my reviews of Marvel Studios projects, but Secret Invasion really is not a superhero project in the sense we have become accustomed to. There is a much more mature angle to this storytelling, focusing on the human characters we have seen over the last 15 years. Aside from the Skrulls, there is no superhero on screen in these opening chapters, as even Don Cheadle's appearance is without his War Machine armor. There are references to Carol Danvers, the Avengers, and other MCU characters. Still, this tale is truly about Nick Fury's relationship with the Skrull people after the end of Captain Marvel. The series quickly explains that after the Skrull people failed to find a new homeworld, there was a schism between those who followed Talos and those who followed Gravik, played by Kingsley Ben-Adir. Gravik wants to infiltrate Earth and take it over for the Skrull people. When Fury learns of this from Talos and Maria Hill, played again by Kobe Smulders, he returns to Earth after spending the majority of the post-blip years aboard the Sword space station, Saber. Talos informs Fury that he needs his friend's help to stop Gravik and rescue his daughter, Gaia, played by Emilia Clarke, who has sided with Gravik. Fury enlists the few remaining friends he has, including British MI6 agent Sonya Falsworth, played by Olivia Colman, to convince the world that the Skrull Rebellion is among them. What follows over the opening episodes is a lot of detective work and some cool chase scenes through Moscow that lead to events that could bring the planet to the edge of World War III. Without spoiling any of the plot details in these episodes, I can say that I was left with some theories as to whether this series is headed in one direction or another. They include a major adversary connected to the Skrulls from the pages of Marvel Comics. While we have seen Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury many times before, this character iteration is much different than the last time we saw him. Fury has been changed by the events of Thanos' snap and his time with the Skrull people, which we see in a de-aged flashback set in the late 1990s. This new Fury is not as buttoned up as before, and his age is beginning to show. Jackson is in more of these 2 episodes than most of his total MCU screen time. The legendary actor does not disappoint, spouting some memorable lines that will become instant quotes after this series debuts. Ben Mendelsohn is also quite good, getting to explore more of who Talos is than he did in Captain Marvel. Olivia Colman is spectacular as the brutally efficient Falsworth, while Emilia Clarke is a far different character than I expected her to be. Gaia is a grittier character than Clarke has played in her career and works well opposite Kingsley Ben-Adir. Gravik is a menacing and dangerous character, and Kingsley Ben-Adir makes him a solid antagonist with a bone to pick with Nick Fury. While we do see appearances from Martin Freeman as Everett Ross and Don Cheadle as Rhodey, their inclusion is minor compared to the rest of the cast. With all 6 episodes directed by veteran television, documentary, and commercial filmmaker Ali Salim, Secret Invasion has a different feel from other MCU productions. While the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series carried a similar visual palette as this, Secret Invasion story feels more immediate and less cinematic. There are a couple of bigger set pieces in the first episodes that would have fit into a big screen MCU endeavor, but overall most of this story is set in back rooms and interiors, lending it a more confined feel akin to Salim's inspiration, the classic film The Third Man, and FX series The Americans. Series creator Kyle Bradstreet, writer on Mr. Robot, worked with a small writing team that includes Brian Tucker and Roxanne Paredes, who lay on the spy and Western inspiration delicately while making this feel like a natural extension of the MCU. There are some substantial teases hidden in the opening episodes that tease a fairly super Skrull reveal coming before the end of the show that I expect will excite some hardcore Marvel fans. Hint, you see what I did there? With a weekly episode drop, Secret Invasion will frustrate viewers who will only be watching 1 hour at a time. The first episode does end with a big moment for the MCU, and the second will keep fans of Nick Fury waiting for a week to find out more. But, narratively, neither episode really stands out as a solid viewing experience on its own. With Kevin Feige and the creative team on these Disney Plus series often comparing them to extended feature films, The episodes I have seen feel like part of a movie rather than self-contained chapters. I will have a better impression of Secret Invasion in a month and a half once I've seen the entire tale from beginning to end, but there's enough here to keep me intrigued to see where this is going. Hopefully Secret Invasion will be a turning point for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as these opening episodes are more mature and well structured than many of their films and series in recent years. That's why I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching JoBlo videos. If you like this content, make sure to like this video and click on the bell to receive notifications for our latest videos.